You've probably heard a lot of advice that tells you to do an honest assessment of your abilities. But today we're going to explore how lying to yourself and being delusional can actually help you achieve your dreams. Now, being honest about your abilities and capabilities isn't inherently wrong. You want to be able to do an honest assessment, otherwise, you just get stuck in an endless loop where you think that you're better than everyone else and you ignore feedback that might actually help you improve. But with the rise of social media and all these young players making it into the pro game, it can cause you to get caught into a web of self doubt, one that makes you think that you are never enough, which then causes you to train and play with this mindset. And you may be so much more than that, but we are what we think we are. Which means if you tell yourself that you are not good at dribbling, even if you put the work in, day out, you still won't be able to beat your opponent in a match. Your subconscious believes this as true, and this is known as overlearned behavior. You have told your brain this truth so many times that now it believes it to be true. It's like saying, I'm not good at remembering names. Say it enough times, and eventually you are not good at remembering names. And I experienced this firsthand back in 2023. The one thing that I used to have as a kid that I kind of lost now is unconditional self-belief. I heard the story of Messi playing football and getting scouted by Barcelona scouts, and I thought that if I just played football in the field in front of my grandma's house, I would too one day be scouted by a Barcelona scout. Now, as stupid as that sounds, it was what drove me for a very long time. But as I got older, I realized that that is not how things worked. But I still had immaculate confidence, and I still saw myself as a player who was better than a lot of the female players around her. And I don't say this out of ego. It was only because I was one of the only female players in my local area, so that was all I knew. And I wasn't even a standout player by any means, but because I had this delusional confidence, it allowed me to play with a lot of fearlessness. And then in late 2022, I tore my PCL. And that carried over to 2023. And this club that I played for in 2023 post-injury, it kind of just tanked my confidence from there on. Every coach on that team wanted me to play in a different way. I was constantly being micromanaged. Every action that I would take in training was either being given feedback on or it was being criticized. And because I had just come back from an injury, I was hungry to impress and prove myself. So I just kept taking on the feedback. And I remember there was this one player on the team who would also constantly try to tell me what to do. And after a certain point, it just became too much. I started to lose myself as a player. I was constantly overanalyzing every movement that I made, and I was constantly stressed out playing football. The confidence that I once had was nowhere to be seen. And then in 2024, when I played for a different club, this lack of confidence carried over to that club as well, which then caused me to have a bad run with the club too. But now I'm learning all over again to unsubscribe from all of that. I am learning to let go and find the delusional confidence that once drove me as a young player. And the way I approach this is by catching myself every time I have a negative thought appear in my mind. You see, part of why 2022 to 2024 was so stressful was because I was constantly injured after I tore my PCL. Like I was getting injured one after another. And even though I had come off of all those injuries, the thought of being injured was constantly on my mind. Every time I'd visualize myself on the pitch, I would also see myself getting injured. I was stressed about being injured, and that caused me to keep thinking about it. And although to a much less degree, every now and then I still get visuals of myself being injured whenever I'm playing on the pitch. Somewhere along the line, I would see myself getting tackled and getting injured. But the way I counter this is by stopping myself right there and saying, this is not true. And I would flip that situation into something more positive, like me dribbling and getting past my opponent. And this has helped me to just break the pattern of negative thoughts, and now they are much rarer than they used to be. Now, although rewiring your brain to think positively is important, that has to be paired with action. Every truth that you tell yourself has to have an action aligned with that truth. I have found this method that I've been using over the past few weeks that has really helped me to kind of just let go the idea of not having something, which then causes me less stress. How would I act if I was already a pro footballer? How would I act if I already had 100,000 subscribers on my YouTube channel? How motivated would I be to post a video then? How confident would I be in my videos receiving a lot of views? how would I feel, and how would I act in accordance? These questions have really helped me to just feel neutral about the situation, especially when it involves my dreams. When things aren't going my way, although I'm not satisfied with where I am, it just helps me kind of recognize the situation and stay grounded. I can now look at the lack of views on my videos and say, it's okay that it's not there yet, it will get there. And yes, there are frustrating times too, but now I can look at it and feel more calm and more in control. There's no immediate heart sinking feeling when things aren't going my way. Just really dwelling into the emotion that I already have the thing and I'm going to act in accordance to me having the thing has helped me immensely. So try this out the next time you're stuck in a rut. Thank you for watching. I hope you gained something valuable from this video.